Hi, many women experience this exact situation. Their thyroid reports come back as normal, but their weight it keeps increasing. This creates confusion, frustration, and very often self-blame. This situation is actually very common and it can be extremely frustrating. You try to eat carefully, you try to exercise, you try to stay disciplined. But despite all that effort, the weight does not reduce, and sometimes it keeps increasing. One important thing to understand is a normal thyroid report does not always mean that the thyroid has no role at all. Lab reports are only one part of the picture. Your body and your symptoms are another. Many health concerns may not show up clearly in routine reports. That is why symptoms and clinical history are just as important as test results. When weight gain is evaluated, thyroid function tests are commonly done to assess how the thyroid is working. The body works in ranges, not switches. Thyroid function does not suddenly switch from normal to abnormal overnight. It exists on a spectrum. This is why thyroid function tests may still appear within the normal range, even when the body has already started responding differently. Some people have borderline thyroid function, or what doctors call subclinical hypothyroidism. This means hormone levels may still fall within the normal range, but the body may already start feeling the effects. The thyroid does not directly cause weight gain. Instead, it plays a major role in regulating metabolism. When thyroid activity is even slightly reduced, metabolism slows down, the body retains more fluid, and fat accumulation becomes easier. So, weight gain and thyroid related issues is not always about overeating. It is often about how the body is processing energy. See, first, it's important to understand this. Persistent weight gain is not a sign of laziness or lack of effort. When metabolism slows down and hormones are not working optimally, the body resists weight loss, even when you're trying sincerely. That is why many women feel they're doing everything right, but still not seeing results. When metabolism slows down and hormones are not working optimally, weight loss becomes much harder, even with sincere effort. Another very important point is that thyroid issues rarely exist alone. Weight regulation in the body, it often involves many factors which works together. Thyroid function is one of them. But it is not the only one. Factors like insulin sensitivity, hormonal balance, stress, and sleep, they can also influence how the body manages weight. They often coexist and can contribute to weight gain. This does not mean that something is wrong. It simply explains why weight change is not always straightforward. When multiple factors act together, weight regulation becomes even more challenging. Lab reports are designed using reference ranges. These ranges are created by studying large populations and defining what is considered statistically normal. They are useful, but they are not perfect. Human body does not always behave according to the statistics. Every individual is different and they have their own baseline, sensitivity, and hormonal balance. Because of this, symptoms can appear before lab value. It crosses the abnormal cutoff. The body, it often gives warning signs earlier than the reports reflect. This is why some people feel unwell, even when their reports appear normal on paper. This doesn't mean that medication is required. And it also does not mean that something serious is wrong. It simply means that symptoms should not be ignored just because reports appear normal. Medical evaluation is never based on reports alone. Doctors look at the full picture: symptoms, history, examination, and reports all together. Numbers guide decisions, but they are not the only factor. Weight gain does not always require medical evaluation, but there are certain situations where it should not be ignored. If weight continues to increase despite genuine efforts, or if it is accompanied by constant fatigue, low energy, or changes in the menstrual cycle, it is important to look deeper. These signs suggest that body may be struggling internally, even if routine reports appear normal. Evaluation does not mean immediate treatment. It simply means understanding what is happening inside the body. If you are experiencing weight gain despite normal thyroid reports, it does not mean you're careless, lazy, or lacking discipline. Your symptoms are real and they deserve to be understood. Normal reports do not always tell the full story, and weight changes are not always under conscious control. And the first step is not to panic. It's proper understanding. Understand the cause before any treatment, changes, or decision. Thank you for listening.